Property is falling slower. Let's have a look. Good evening, everyone. Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a look at this article discussing, well, property prices falling, although slower. So, property prices continue to drop, but the downturn is slowing. Okay. So, Australian property prices have continued to decline, but the speed of the downturn appears to be easing. Capital city house prices declined 6 times slower in the December quarter compared to the previous quarter, while unit prices fell 3 times slower. Now, could that just be because there's less transactions occurring in December? Just a theory. Domain's latest house price report found house prices fell by 66,000 below the March 2022 peak, while unit prices were 27,000 below the December 2021 peak across the capitals. But prices are still nowhere near pre-COVID levels, with house prices still 25.4% higher, and unit prices 5.1% higher than before the pandemic property boom. Now, this is the thing. Until we get below that, all of these falls really, I mean, they're significant, I guess, but it's not I don't feel like it's a real crash, to be honest, because the COVID FOMO boom was just insane and completely artificial. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event that happened. Hopefully. Knock wood. So, for all the doom and gloom that we're seeing in the property market, it needs to still shave off a lot more before we start to feel it. Or before I'd start to say that it's a real fall that's going to lead to something potentially slightly closer to pre-COVID levels. And even then, it's not going to be affordable. So if you're there sitting on the sidelines hoping for a major correction to allow you to enter the market, I can't see, given the support that there is for property here in Australia, the continued demand for people to come to Australia, and the global economic demand for a lot of our natural resources that are going to be coming out of Australia and continue to, I can't see there being a drastic fall. And don't forget, builders going under, government intervention in legislation driving up construction costs, and what else? And shared equity. It's all fun and games, isn't it? Domain Chief Research and Economist Dr. Nicola Powell noted the slowdown followed the record price decline experienced in the September quarter of 2022. The spring selling season bore the brunt of the interest rate shocks and sky-high inflation levels. This is why the September quarter saw house prices fall at their fastest quarterly rate. Now, in the December quarter, the data suggests that the peak rate of the quarterly decline has passed as buyers have had time to adjust to the new normal of rising debt costs and reduced borrowing capacities. There were green shoots for the months ahead, Powell said, with the potential end of interest rate rises later this year attracting more buyers and sellers. But she added that this did not discount the uncertain Reserve Bank environment and tight serviceability requirements from the bank. So, house prices in Sydney, Brisbane and Canberra saw an eased pace of quarterly decline, Domain found, while Melbourne, Adelaide and Hobart stabilised. Despite losing momentum quarter on quarter, most expensive cities like Sydney and Canberra still recorded their steepest annual drop in house prices in their histories. Sydney house prices dropped 10.9% annually to 1.4 million. They dropped to 1.4 million. Canberra declined 6% to 1.1 million. Adelaide was the only capital city to have new record high house and unit prices increasing 0.2% quarterly to 783,000. That's nothing. And 3.7% to 422,000 for units. So there we go, everyone. Let's have a talk about this one. So there you go. Have we hit the peak velocity of fall? Is that even a term? Has the delta of fall reached its highest level in this decline, or is there more decreases to follow? We'll have to see what the next RBA rate cut is. But guys, these prices are still insane. This is the problem. I mean, I'm just looking at what stuff costs around Brisbane, and it's just crazy. It's just gotten so expensive. So, yeah, I mean, this feels like where Australia's headed. Australia's heading to a class divide. And you can see it manifest in the politics too. You've got a whole lot of interventionist policies that were government intervention in the economy that people believe will have a better environmental impact, and they're willing to sacrifice the quality of life for a significant number of Australians because they can easily bear that burden. Maybe the problem is we've got too many $15,000 dog walkers running around and not enough everyday Australians anymore. What do you reckon, guys? Anyway, there you have it. Keep an eye on the property sector. We're still nowhere near those pre-pandemic levels. Maybe we'll reach them. Do you reckon we will in the next year before rates start falling again? We'll have to see. As always, thanks for watching. Check out my other channels, Heise BIM and Heise Does. And if you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, guys. Have a great day and enjoy what's left of Australia Day. This will probably be a late video for me to put out. But anyway, have a great night. I'll see you next time. It's really